Okay. For exercise number 4. Okay. The claim given here is here. Okay, is there any difference between the mean yields? Okay, this is the claim that we need to test. So to translate this sentence, you can see that this is focused on mean. So there are two catalysts here, that is catalyst 1 and catalyst 2, and the keyword here is difference. Difference meaning that this is not equal, and since we have mu1, mu2, so we need to be careful because this is under difference between two means. For the difference between two means, okay, theta here we need to check either the theta under independent sample or dependent sample, mu d. Okay, so to check it, we can see we can look at the data set given here. We can see that the data set given, the subject for data of catalyst 1 and catalyst 2 are independent to each other. There is no relationship between the subject in each catalyst. So that's why for this case that is under independent sample. For the independent sample, okay, so now we usually use the form of mu1 minus mu2. Okay, so transfer mu2 to the left side, we will get here a new form, that is mu1 minus mu2. This is not equals to 0, and this is the claim. Okay, so we write the claim here. Okay, claim for this question. Okay, so now step 1, construct the hypothesis. Step 1. So when we look at the expression used in the claim, you can see that the claim consists of unequal sign. Means that this is under H1. Okay, so construct the hypothesis for null hypothesis, that is H null. Okay, H null, that is mu1 minus mu2 not equals to, means that this is will be equal. Okay, so now complete step 1, construct the hypothesis and state the claim. So now we go to step 2. Okay, step 2, we want to choose the right hypothesis, right test statistic for parameter. Our parameter is mu1 minus mu2, so there are 5 test statistics that we need to consider. Okay, so now to help us to choose the right test statistic, okay, we need to look at the information given. Okay, so if we look at the information given, we have a data set of catalyst 1 and catalyst 2 here. So based on this data set, okay, we can get data summary for each catalyst. We can get N, we can get X bar, and we can get S, since this is sample data set, not population data set. Okay, usually when the question asks you tell you this is the population data set, usually the question will mention this is the population data set. Okay, then the next information given, that is the assumption on the population equality of the population variances. Okay, assume the population variances are equal. Okay, equal population variance denoted by sigma 1 squared, sigma 2 squared, and since this is equal, so this will be the same. Okay, so now based on the information given, okay, we can choose the test statistic. Okay, if you look here, we have we have n, x bar, s. For x bar and s, you need to use calculator, okay, to get the value from sample mean and sample standard deviation. Okay, so now by looking at the information given, we can see that population variance for both catalysts are unknown. If unknown, then we need to look at the population equality of the population variances is equal. So that's why we need to calculate SP. Okay, so now this is the solution. We calculate SP, simplify the value of SP for decimal places. Okay, and there are two formulas that consist of SP. That is depends on the sample size. Both sample size are 8. Instead, both are small sample size. So we need to use t-test. Okay, and apply the formula for t-test and simplify the answer at 4 decimal places. So once we can get test statistic value for step 2, so complete step 2. So now we go to step 3. Step 3, we want to establish the test criterion. So for this part, the first factor is we need to look at the distribution used. That is t-test. So plot t distribution here. Okay. So plot t distribution. The next one, that is identify the rejection region by looking at the inequality used in H1. That is not equals to. Okay. Since this is not equals to, so there are two rejection region. Okay, because of not two-sided case, two-sided test. Okay, so we need to divide our alpha by 2. Okay, so for the positive area, that is minus, by using statistical table, you can get t 0.025 with a degrees of freedom 14. So negative 2.1448 for the first critical value. For the second critical value, that is 2.1448. So once we can identify rejection region and critical value, okay, so we can complete step 3. Okay, so now we go to step 4 to make a decision on H0. To make a decision on H0, we compare the value of t-test here with the critical values in step 3. We can see that this value, the test statistic value, is lies in this area, means in between these two critical values, and then you need to write this in a proper form. Show that the value of t-test is in between these two critical value. And since this t-test lies on the acceptance region, so the decision is do not reject H0. Okay, not reject H0. So complete step 4. Go to step 5 to make a conclusion for the claim. So since do not reject H0. Okay, do not reject H0. Okay, here is that. Okay, do not reject H0, meaning that this is insufficient evidence to support the claim because claim is under H1, or we can say that there is no difference, because equal, there is no difference between the mean yields of catalyst 1 and 2. In the conclusion, don't forget your significance level. Okay, you need to put a significance level here. For the other question, okay, you can consult your lecturer. Okay, that's all for this, for the topic 3.3.1. Thank you.